Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Joe. Welcome back to another episode of the Inside Our Phillies podcast. The Phillies have won 3 out of 4 against the Washington Nationals in a series that didn't have any kind of insanity going on. Never with this team. Uh, they did win this series 3-1, as already mentioned. They won Monday night, Margaritaville night, 6-3. Tuesday they shut out the Nats 5-0. Wednesday, they took a pretty bad loss in which they burned their entire bullpen, went to 11 innings, ended up losing 10-4. And then Thursday night, last night, it came back with a 7-3 victory. So here to talk all about this series and the Phillies in general, we have Jeremy, SJ Phils fan. What's up?
It's so hard to read this team when they play the Nationals because they just own them now.
That Nationals bullpen is not
wins.
great.
No, that our first Grand Slam of the year. Yeah, they like we've had so many random players that always just do so well against us. They're just bench players, quad A players. It's so nice that we finally have one, and it's Derek Hill against the Nationals.
We have two. We have Hill and we have Brian De La Cruz, who just is like tearing things up.
No, but like I'm talking about specifically against one team.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, like Scott Hairston destroyed the Phillies. But these numbers versus everyone else, it's insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No.
Like here, let's see. Like, what do you think Derek Hill? So, Derek Hill's numbers are with the Phillies. Just because I guess it's hard to tell because I don't know if splits will do that properly. But fine. Overall in the year, he has a 238 average, 294 OPS on base percentage, and a 732 OPS.
Well, is this including his before the Phillies?
Yeah, because if I do splits, they're not going to do that. Sure. So, how much do you think is versus the Nationals? What's his OPS against the Nationals?
952.
1.263.
That's pretty good.
In 10 games.
Pretty good. Are we done with the Nationals? Do we have any more Nationals games the rest of the year? Please. We have 2 more games against them.
That's it?
Apparently there's a 2-game series in September against the Nationals.
I hate the balanced schedule. I want more in division games.
Yeah, we could talk about that a whole podcast. Front of the podcast, Alec. He despises the balanced schedule. I am actually okay with it. I have learned to accept.
I'm okay with it, but for like, it's like fun when you're behind a team and you can't play them a lot. Like against the Mets, it probably wouldn't have happened in 2007 if we had the balanced schedule.
Right. You know what the solution is going to end up being to this? It's going to be the 4-team divisions, because then they can have you play a ton of games against each of the other teams in your division, and divisions are just going to have to be smaller.
I'm fine with that. Yeah,
I'm okay with that too. Even though our division would be a little scary if it's like Phillies, Mets, Yankees, Red Sox, which feels like a possibility.
Yeah, it's another thing with Derek Hill's numbers. It's just funny because like usually like okay, these kind of guys. His on base, his OPS against less than 500 team is only 757, so it's like on par with everything. And obviously against over 500 teams, it's 666 is a lot worse. But it's just really fun. In interleague, it's 696. So it's just like I said, he's just destroying the Nationals and also the Giants. But we didn't have him then, I think.
He's a guy that meets the moment. You know, like he's a guy that when the bell calls, he's going to answer it with something big. It's kind of similar to how it felt with like Ronald Arraez a few years ago, or more than a few years ago at this point, where like the player's not very good, but you still kind of trust them when you need to trust them. Brad Miller was like another guy that was like the same way.
Ronald Arraez, what are you talking about? Like a 0.2. His highest in 21 was a 0.2 WAR, and like guess he's one of those scrappy guys where like when they get the hits, they do feel like they counted more.
Right. Yeah. Like, not a good baseball player. I'm not going to like blind myself to thinking that like Derek Hill is somebody that should be starting in center field, but like he's been doing a job.
Yeah. And we talk about that crash in the wall, but oof. Honestly,
Oh,
I think he probably should have. I think he took a bad route. I think he probably should have caught it, which would have been insane. But I'm just glad he's okay.
yeah. I mean, thank God for the padding, right? I mean, that was like forehead into wall.
It clunked. You heard a clunk. But another thing is just so like the way with health of ball players or anything. Why even like let him even get a chance to try to say he's fine? I'm just for the safety of the league and just for the players. If you hit your head on the wall, you're coming out of the game.
I mean, it would have been ridiculous if they left him in the game. This isn't
I know, but
football.
like
We care about player
it's
safety.
just like I know, but it takes like what almost like 10 minutes for them to take him out of the game. It's just like he got up, he was fine, take him out of the game.
Yeah, yeah. No, it shouldn't have even been a debate, right? I'm with you there. I'm with you there.
Yeah, it's like as soon as the guy we know he's like able to move and everything, it's just like get him out. It's like a dumb delay. I hate it when
Yeah.
they do this for injury. Yeah,
And that was the same game where we saw Andrew Painter leave because of an injury. At a moment, it seemed like Bryce Harper might have hurt himself stealing a base, attempting to steal a
yeah,
base.
yeah. So I'm just convinced fifth starter days are cursed because Painter looked good again. He's getting a lot more swing and misses on his fastball, which we haven't seen all year.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. He wasn't great, but he was good. He was what we wanted him to be as a fifth starter this year. That's what he looked like that game.
What is your definition of good? Like, I think he looks like a competent fifth starter, but like, I am not certain that he looks like some other worldly.
No,
pitch.
no. But I want him to go like I want him to be a 4.5 ERA, 6 like a quality start guy, like maybe a little bit worse than a quality start here and there. 3 to 4 runs, 6 innings.
Sure. I mean, I'm even fine if he gives you like 5 innings consistently, but like keeps you in a game and only allows like 3 runs or something like that.
Yeah, 5+ innings, 3 or 4 runs, please. But his stuff is getting more swing and miss. Slowly doing some things over the middle of the plate when he gets ahead of the count, which is annoying. But yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, so it's just annoying though. Like, yeah, hamstring. They say he's gonna be fine. I'm glad they didn't risk it.
Yeah,
but it's just the starter days are cursed.
Yeah.
Alvarado freaking walked in, like can't find the. They've been good for a while now. Can't find the strikes in that game.
No. Yeah. I mean, the bullpen was disappointing, right? I mean, we saw Killian.
Yeah, Killian got. Yeah. Also, can we talk about like the hill crash? Well, what are your thoughts on Harper not being there to back it up?
Yeah, I mean, he's learning how to play right field again, right?
Yeah, well, but yeah, I know, but like the only reason it wasn't inside the park home run is because Abrams watched it.
Yeah. I was shocked that wasn't inside the park home run, if I'm being honest. When I saw that,
the first thing I noticed was Harper, of course, didn't try to. Harper assumed it was gone, didn't try to back it up.
It blows my mind that wasn't gone.
Oh yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked he actually almost caught it. I was like, it just died at the end. But yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, Killian didn't look great. Kind of I just still understand why you guy who has a walk rate of 4 and bring him to the field.
Yeah, I mean, I think very clearly it's like a project where they're trying to find something there.
Yeah, they're trying to do a Bolin 2.0. Guy who's 29 years old at 5 years of control throws hard.
Which I don't hate, to be fair.
No, I don't hate it either. I don't hate it either.
Yeah,
but I think it's just perfect. Like to expect him to just come in and be like, yeah, and Kirk. Yeah, I mean Kirkring looked great in 6th inning, which is where he belongs. But then he almost blew it the other game, but got lucky on them swinging at balls. But we should talk about the positives.
Sure.
Not Suarez. Jesus, Luis Arraez. At first, I wasn't happy with him batting 4th, but then it worked immediately. And I'm like, okay, actually, this makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that they decided to put 3 lefties in their top 4. Like, I don't think that was like a guarantee that they were going to do that, but they did the sensible thing. Props to them.
Yeah, stop. Yeah, I don't freaking platoon for the sake of platooning, and because right-handed hitters suck. Why would you put a sucky bat out there?
Yeah. I mean, it's you don't want to make it that simple, but sometimes it just is.
But it's also just hysterical how many times Arraez got a hit got brought in at least one round, but then like boom, like hit double play. It happened like at least twice.
That's something that might be a problem. Putting like a singles machine and then Alec Boehm directly behind him.
Yeah, I would swap Boehm with anyone up. Like we need. I would put JT. JT's been heating up, so I would put JT there.
I guess. Yeah, because it has to be a lefty or a righty. They're not going to put a lefty there. Otherwise,
Yeah.
like with Stott being pretty good recently, like I would say Stott could work, but yeah, not you're gonna have 4 lefties in your top 5.
No. Yeah, so I would put JT there. He's been heating up. I feel like if you look at his splits, last 14 days, OPS of 774. Last 28 days, OPS of 837.
There you go.
So, yeah. So he's being way better than he. The number showed on Savant that his bat speed wasn't atrocious and is making contact. Maybe he just. This happened last year too, like the summer. Well, because he's just an old man that needs the summer.
Yeah. I think what goes under discussed in the whole discussion about Boehm is like Sosa's been like not great this year. Like if we had the Edmundo Sosa of like 25 or 24 or 23 or 22, like they would have made the switch by now. And like Alec Boehm would not be there every day at third base because it feels like a killer when you are watching him day in, day out, right? I might still argue that Sosa's a better option than Boehm right now, even though Sosa strikes out all the time. I don't think like that same ground ball risk is there, and I think the defense is better still.
Yeah.
Maybe not at first. A little weird to put Sosa at first, but I don't know. I just think
But
you
also
have to
with
find a way.
Sosa, part of it could be putting him in the outfield could be messing with him. Players
Yeah.
are weird like that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. If you're trying to teach him a new position, like he probably is spending more time preparing for that and less time in the batting cages.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it gives us a good chance of getting him for cheap, but someone still might try to give him a starting job.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I would. Yeah, it's just I would have traded Boehm for nothing and played Sosa every day.
yeah. I mean, what the fuck does it matter at a certain point? Like Alec
Yeah,
Boehm
like
is
this team is
such
taking
a
up more.
negative.
Just take it up more. Like, because clearly it looks like this team is just so annoying. Yeah, they need the manager fired to reinvigorate, to reignite their passion, and Arraez immediately brought energy. So, like, I would trade a Boehm to send another message.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. I'm
Well,
down.
he's gonna be a free agent, and they can trade him now. He's just hopefully we don't re-sign him
And there's no
and not resign like everyone likes to type on Reddit. RE-sign.
there's
Two
no
different
way
words.
that there's no way that they're going to re-sign him. It's not happening.
I think so, yeah.
0%.
Yeah, I think they would rather give Sosa the starting job.
Are you feeling any better about the trade deadline now that we have seen this new team in practice a little bit?
It's up. I just the Marquez price annoys me, and I just really wish we could have gotten Tyler Ward.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, you trade Boehm and you put Stott at third, and the defense is like it's just everything's way better.
Yeah, then Taylor Ward is probably hitting 5th for you. You're not having the same double play risk.
Yeah, if we got Taylor Ward, like it's just like I'm fine with Marquez, but they didn't do it's just I feel like they didn't do enough. And if they got Taylor Ward, I think that would have been the perfect complementary piece for this team. So, and yeah, like I said a couple podcasts ago, like I was upset at Marquez, but the prospects betray them, whatever.
Something that I would have my eye on is the DFA. There's no waiver wire trades anymore, but if you have somebody on your roster by the end of August, they are still eligible to play for you in the postseason, as we saw with Walker Buehler last year. So, like, eventually, there might be some teams that are not contending that are just getting rid of players at the end of the month to try to get somebody to claim them and just save a little bit of money. I know people don't want to talk about Luis Robert, but he's like the exact kind of guy that you would take a flyer on in a spot like that if the Mets just DFA Luis Robert.
No, there's no waivers still exist. You just can't pull them back anymore.
Right. Well, I mean, the whole waiver wire trade deadline is not a thing that exists anymore.
Yeah. yeah, like you could still, yeah, you can't trade, but you can still, yeah, it's just, yeah, I missed the waiver trade line.
Yeah, because it was thing like you had to like put somebody in waivers, but then you could like make out a trade. It
Get
was
people to
fun,
claim
right?
him. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Verlander was traded in 17. Whoever did. So there was the because there was the big risk if they claim me, because they'll let them go and
Yeah,
take on the whole contract.
yeah. That was fun. It was fun, right?
It
I
was
mean, there's
fun.
like something that you're always gonna miss a little bit. You know what else is fun? Pitchers hitting. We saw a pitcher hit in this series, Jeremy.
Gonna RBI, yeah. Freaking
Miles Mikolas.
Mikolas. Yeah, he got a RBI bunt.
He did it. That made me so happy, even though it was against the Phillies. We need pitchers hitting.
Yeah,
Fuck the DH.
yeah. Fuck the DH. No, there's no there's so little strategy now. It's so annoying.
I miss the double switch. I miss the bench mattering and like using your bench. Like the way the Phillies use their bench is essentially so that they can platoon every single spot in the outfield and have backup catcher. Like that is not how
Yeah,
things used to
but
work.
I hate how whenever we do like take a double switch, like we always do it with the DH, and we end up with the pitcher in the spot. It's like, why do we do that? So
Right.
annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. When I
It's
play
it's only someone behind Harper.
right. When I play MLB The Show right now, and I play MLB The Show franchise mode, I turn the DH off. Right. Like I don't like the DH. Even though it hurts the Phillies, like I'll stick Kyle Schwarber out there in left field again before I want to use the DH. Makes me shudder. Makes me sad.
Yeah, it's not the same kind of baseball. That it's just different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was also just very fun when, like, yeah, pitchers make outs most of the time, but when they got a hit, it was, oh yeah,
right. Everybody remembers the Joe Blanton home run, Brett Myers like long at bat.
And also the reason why pitching hitting got just so worse because they didn't bat in the minors. So what do you expect?
Yeah. Well, Cliff Lee had like genuine value because Cliff Lee actually could
Yeah.
like handle the lumber pretty well.
Yeah, his first game with the Phillies, I remember he got a double. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, Jacob deGrom, like he was another guy that like, I mean, he was already
Probably
valuable enough.
Bumgarner, Kershaw.
Yeah.
CC, he was in the NL for half a season, but he hit an interleague play for like the with the Indians. He was, yeah.
Zach Greinke.
Carlos Zambrano. Yeah.
And can't forget Bartolo Colon.
Oh, yeah, that was, thank God we got. Thank goodness we got that before he retired. I remember where I was. I was at a Sharks game, like, and I ran over to my dad. I was like, "You won't believe it! Who just homered for the Mets?"
Bartolo.
That might be one of the greatest home run calls of all time.
Legendary moment, right?
Gary Cohen's like, it's like the energy, because just like the hilarity of it all.
Right. It's almost unbelievable.
Just like the happiness. Yeah.
Bartolo's like helmet flying off. I don't know. It just brought a lot of charm to baseball, and charm that I personally miss quite a bit.
Yep.
But getting back to the series, like I want to point out Christopher Sanchez. Christopher Sanchez to me is somebody that has like continued to look not quite right. This is just a theory that I have, and I need to really delve into the data a little bit. But I don't think Sanchez is throwing as much on the edges of the zone, right? You look at like the shadow of the zone.
That's what the to start before this one, it seemed like he made a bigger effort to attack the zone with his fastball. So,
right.
I think teams were just like, the one thing that our batting never does, where like the pitcher isn't throwing strikes, don't swing at them, make them throw you one. So yeah, it seems like people were more patient with Sanchez, trying to.
But it's not even just about attacking the zone; it's about attacking the shadow of the zone, the few inches like inside the zone and then just outside of the zone, right? Because you're not going to get strong contact on those pitches. If you're really hitting the middle of the zone, those pitches are going to get killed. And if you're throwing outside of the shadow, they're mostly uncompetitive pitches that people are not going to swing at. And I feel like we're seeing more of those uncompetitive pitches from Sanchez this year, which is kind of like driving up the pitch count, and ultimately causing him to not go as deep into games.
Yeah, I agree with it. So hopefully it's something they just like work on the game planning and stuff.
Right. Yeah, it shouldn't be the
Oh wow! Breaking news that from 30 minutes ago, the A's parted ways with David Frost.
Okay, there you go. Sacramento. I think it's funny how often people still say Oakland. How long do you think that's going to go on for?
Well, it does. Well, until they're in Vegas, because they're not the Sacramento A's. They're just the A's.
Right.
So
I
you
think
want to say it's
it's
the team.
time.
Once they're in Vegas, everyone's going to say the Vegas A's. It's just, yeah, but if they call themselves Sacramento A's, they would call them, people would say it more.
But people still call the Chargers the San Diego Chargers.
That is true.
And it's been like a decade.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't help that they didn't move that far.
This is true. This is true. Where are the Phillies going to move? You think the Phillies are going to move? They become the Camden Phillies? Like the Sixers we're talking about for a little while there?
Yeah. Yeah, like the right now, yeah, the NBA, the Portland's trying to do. It's so, God, it's just pathetic what the owners can get away with. Stop giving them money.
Yeah, you don't need to. They don't need money. They're fine. They're fine. All right. Anything you want to point out that you have as like a big takeaway from the series, Jeremy?
Yeah, hilarious that what's the other trade deadline pitcher didn't gave up the lead also. Where is it?
Okay.
What game? Too many games. There we go. Yeah, Brooks Raley blew the save for the first time. I mean, the seventh. I hate how they make the hold an official stat. No one's considering the seventh inning a save.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about.
We did immediately tie it, so it's not the end of the world. But it was only a 2-1 lead. But it's just hysterical that
I think we've talked about this before. How they have to have like a blown hold as like an official stat.
Yeah,
not
yeah. We need hold and blown holds. Like, why not?
But then, how do you handle the situation when it's somebody that you're getting a save for like 3 innings of work? You know how that's like a thing that happens from time to time.
Yeah, you can leave that one.
And save. Also,
why not?
Yeah, I guess it's tough. It's tough. But there's got to be a better way. There has to be a better way.
You can make it. You can make a save 8th inning and beyond. I'm fine with that.
Sure. Yeah, I'm game. I'm game with that.
Or, I'm just trying to think. Like, for me, or like if it's like before the 9th inning and the lead was like, if the one pitcher gave up like 5 runs, that's not really blowing a save. You blow the lead. I don't know.
Right.
Oh, there's way. You can even make a scorekeeper's decision. Like, was that a save situation? Did you feel that was a save situation?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I trust scorekeepers a ton right now with how they're.
They're clearly being told by MLB to not give errors. There's no reason all of them would do that unless they're being told by MLB.
How about you apply to be an official scorer and you give us the inside scoop?
How to become an official scorer in baseball?
You know, I saw this before the year that like certain cities were like hiring official scorers, and I was like, cool. Like, is Philadelphia hiring? Because like it was like a part-time thing. You work like a few games a week, and I was like, oh, this would be great. Like, you know, like, do I really need to do more work than I already do it by normal job? No, but it's baseball. It would be fun. And it turned out that the Phillies were not one of the teams that needed a score. I think the Mets were one.
I have no idea if this listing is still active. It's a 2026 MLB official scorer. They're looking for Atlanta, Denver, Detroit, Kansas City, Los Angeles, Miami, Phoenix, and Tampa Bay.
Okay.
So this is the responsibilities. Arrive no later than 60 minutes prior to the game, scheduled time. Click rosters, other applicable information. Test the press box microphone and be set before the first pitch. Keep a detailed scorecard of the game, focusing on every pitch and play. Make announcements expected of the official score, time of pitch, fielding credits, winning and losing pitchers. Coordinate with the MLB stringer. I don't know what that is. Alerting them of all in-game judgment calls before announcing, as well as coordinating approval of the official post-game report prior to its transmission to official MLB statistician. Okay, yeah. So alert them of all in-game judgment calls before announcing. So clear, yeah. So it makes it sound like, what is Is a data collector or official stat score, tracks every pitch, play, and substitution in real time during game to feed live game day. Okay. Yeah, it's true. Communicate with MLB official scoring and game support when needed via Slack. So provide a post game recap detailing scoring decisions based on rules 9 of the MLB rulebook. Retain correspondence. Okay, here are the qualifications: exceptional and demonstrable knowledge of the rulebook, especially Section 9. You should be available to score 20 to 30 games per season. Effectively utilize online tools designed to enhance performance communication with essential game personnel. Ability to clearly communicate information via press box mic and clarify scoring rules and decisions to club officials and others. Demonstrate good judgment, attention to detail, demeanor. So constructive criticism, collaborate with collaborative spirit.
This just
Many
sounds like
games,
typical job application clutter.
yeah, no, but many games, true, yeah. So, but it seems like though, yeah, it's $35 an hour. So, like, what if you get there? So if you get there like 4 hours before, like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like you have to coordinate before announcing anything. So yeah, they typically get told and stuff.
Yeah. Maybe it's like the
But, hey,
stuff after the fact. You know how like they go back and they change the scoring like a week after something happens and it like
but I don't think
changes.
that if you're only going at 20, if you're making $35 an hour, you're not going back and doing that change. That's probably just some efficient MLB off.
Yeah, that's coming from the league, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just make errors again, and make it. I don't care if you don't touch the ball. Our outfielders can make errors.
Yes, believe it or not, they are capable of
But
it.
there's a missed catch error for infielders.
Outfield errors. I think anybody that knows ball already knew this, but it just means like literally nothing. It means like absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's like you threw the ball away or you booted it. That's it.
Right. Right.
That's it doesn't count for range or route. Yeah, it's just there's obvious when it's air. Yeah. Anyway, we're getting off track.
Yeah.
uh,
Fair enough. So, anything else going to the
yeah.
series? Like, one more thing that
No,
I
it's
want
really hard to. It's really. I mean, Schwarber concerns me. Kind of feel like maybe they just put him on the AL for a stint and see if his back's really bothering him.
Yeah, it's turning into like a really cold stretch now. You know.
Yeah, it's one of his longer ones.
Yes.
I mean, it's entirely possible his back's fine and he's just in a cold spell. But I mean, some
Hopefully
good
that
signs
is
with
what it
Marsh.
is.
The contact he's making is harder, so hopefully that translates.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
when his exit velocity is really how you need to tell if Marsh is doing well or not.
I mean, I don't think the way that Marsh was in the beginning of the season is what we should expect going forward, but I think we can expect him to be better.
Oh yeah, not a 400 OPS guy.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just yeah, but it's hard to take away. I mean, it's back-to-back series wins. The Orioles aren't a great team. Nationals aren't a great team, and Wood was placed on the IL for the second game, so he wasn't there. And we also just own them this year, especially. So the Blue Jays will be more of a real test. And of course we face Soriano for the first time they get him.
True.
But yeah, and watch. What do you think? Guerrero's going to finally home runs and it's going to be against us.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, looking at the probables for this series, 3-game set coming up against the Blue Jays. We have Soriano, as you mentioned, and Wheeler. We have Scherzer against Nola on Saturday night, and then TBD for the Blue Jays against Jesus Luzardo on Sunday. So, like, interesting pitching matchups, right? Like, should be a good one tonight. Tomorrow, less so. But I don't think the Blue Jays are like a pathetic team, even after what they did at the trade deadline, because they really didn't trade away all that much.
No, they kind of they retooled. They traded away impending free agents
And Jeff Hoffman, who had like 1 year left after this year.
Yeah, 1 year. Yeah, 1 year left. Who, I mean, clearly the team needed a split from him. He
Right.
needed a fresh start. Another bothers me too. Yeah, what did Hoffman? If we got Hoffman and Ward, it would have been a great fit line. But yeah, so yeah, they mostly just retooled, but they don't strike out as a team, and so yeah, they could easily bet around us, especially Nola.
Yeah.
Or they might help Nola. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Aaron Nola. I mean, his ERA is like in the
Nola
mid fives now.
No, Nola has settled down. His ERA is really inflated from how bad it was in like the first month and a half.
Right. Right. I don't think I can say that I like trust Aaron Nola, but I don't like completely distrust him in the same sentence. If that makes any
well,
sense.
because it's just kind of like confirmation bias, or just like when he blows up, like, oh, of course he's blowing up again. But most time he hasn't really. When he blows up, he blows up.
Right.
But he's been mostly fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's not too much to really talk about. Like, I feel like I got pretty much everything that I had. Anything that you're missing?
It's just you gotta hope that that Arraez really refreshed the team. Seems they need one every couple months. And hopefully he rubs off on Crawford with his hitting style.
The defense has been much better than expected across the board.
Well, that's what I have people say. Like the whole talk about this whole year of the Rise was he actually worked really hard on his defense with the Giants.
Well, I don't even mean just with the Rise. I mean with all the changes. Like Bohm at first, I haven't really noticed it being that bad. Stott at third has been fine. Harper and right.
He's made some. Yeah, he's made some decisions.
Yeah, that's probably the exception.
Oh yeah. What are your thoughts on Harper complaining about needing like time to like? Oh, I'm gonna be tired more. Like,
I don't know. I don't want to slander Bryce too much, but it's like disappointing, right?
Yeah, it's just like he's the team player. Like this, and then yeah, it's just really annoying.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think we are officially at the point of the season when we can like really start to like look at the standings, because we're kind of coming into the middle of August here pretty soon, and it's kind of the time when every game is turning into more important and more important. I think the division at this point you can pretty much write off. The Braves have been quite hot recently. They're on an 8-game winning streak. The Phillies now sit 8.5 games.
We blew our shot. I mean, we had to keep winning. That was the problem. We couldn't go through a cold streak, and we had to hope the Braves. So it was always a long shot, but
right. And the plus side, the Phillies have kind of separated themselves from the Nationals and from the Marlins, and now sit pretty solidly in second place in the division with a 4-game lead over Miami. Now, in the wild card standings, Phillies have gotten themselves back to the 2 seed, which you like to see. So if the season ended right now, they'd be going to Wrigley Field for a 3-game set in Chicago. But they're only up by 1 game compared to the Diamondbacks, who sit in third. And then just behind the Diamondbacks are the Padres, 1 game back there. So Phillies have 2-game lead on being out of the playoffs, and they also hold the tiebreaker over the Padres. So if it comes to a tie, they would get the nod. So you have to feel like, pretty good about like the odds that the Phillies are going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with that. Are we done with the Diamondbacks?
No, we have a few games in Arizona in our last West Coast swing of the year. We have a series that goes like Seattle for 3, then Anaheim for 3, and then Arizona for 3 coming up.
Of course. Yeah, of course we had to face them in Diamondbacks in April. So yeah, they need to just win 1.
Yeah, I mean, this might right now, you would much rather be the 5 seed than the 4, because the 5 seed plays the Cubs and the 6 seed plays the Dodgers. Because right now the Brewers and the Braves are the 2 teams that would have a bye.
Yes, yeah. You want it. Yeah, you want to. Yeah,
So if the Braves do fall to the 3, I think I would almost rather play the Braves
Oh, we hope.
than the Cubs because of the pitching that they have. They don't have a ton behind Sale.
Yeah, and it will allow us to you could use Luzardo in the bullpen
Right.
against them.
Yeah. A wild card series against the Dodgers is terrifying.
Yes.
I mean, they have
But,
9
yeah.
very
Oh,
good starting
yeah.
pitchers.
Yeah.
So just avoid the Dodgers in the wild card series. I think the conventional wisdom would be that the Dodgers are a team that you want to play in a shorter series because you can get more fluky bounces your way.
No, but I think, in the long, yeah, because you could be arguing either way. The short series, you got to deal with all their pitchers, but if you steal a game, but in a longer series, our starting pitching, yeah.
I think a 5-game series is probably the happy medium where they're at their most vulnerable.
Yeah, because in a 7-game series, our bullpen will go exposed.
Yes, yeah, but it's interesting to look at the position that the Phillies are in. The Marlins are kind of on the verge of falling out of it. The Cardinals and the Reds and the Pirates, they're within 5 games of a wild card, so you could see them make a push. But at this point, it doesn't seem likely. And then anybody below that is seller that's not trying to be competitive. So I guess we'll take it. If the Phillies were in the American League, where do you think they would be? Ranked amongst the American League teams?
Oh, top 3 easily.
So who are the top 3 American League teams, do you think?
It's the Rays, the Yankees, and the Red Sox, right?
Probably. I mean, if you go by wins at least, and you go by run differential as well. Actually, that's not true. The second best run differential in the American League is the Tigers.
Oh yeah, the Tigers have a really weird season.
Yeah. But I think you're probably right. I mean, especially post Squibble trade and everything, the run differential doesn't mean all that much for
the
them
Rays.
anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the Rays have the most wins at 68, and then Yankees 64, Red Sox 63, and then the White Sox and the Astros have 59. So I literally got it right.
Yeah, that's good stuff. It's a little bit of a clusterfuck.
Yeah,
in that,
we just by standings alone, we would be the 4th place best team in the AL right now. We just switched today, but if we got to play more of these crap teams in the AL, yeah.
I think the Rays are a better team than the Phillies.
Yes. The Yankees, I don't think are, even though they beat us. I don't think the Yankees are.
I think it's close with the Yankees and Red Sox. I could see an argument either way.
I mean, the Red Sox are just on fire, so who knows?
Right. But I mean, to be fair, the Red Sox also were a team that we expected to be better than they were, and the peripheral said that they were better early in the year.
Yeah.
So tough to say. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, Jeremy.
Let's keep it going. Get another series win. Get all the positivity going.
Woohoo! Thank you, everybody, for listening as well. I will talk to you later. Have a good one.
Bye.